Hello, this is Bobby at Copel TV Repair with a functionality proof video today and some notes on failures and repairs for Vizio M60-C3. And the same thing that I will say does apply to M70-C3, where the layout is slightly different. The power board is up there, is laying this way. The main board, instead of the right side on the back, is here on the left. But both the problems and the solutions and the failure symptoms are very, well, practically the same. The two things that happen that fail most on both of those TVs are the power supply board and the main board. And I will start with the failure symptom. The failure symptom would be upon connecting to AC power, the LED will come up light for a minute, and not minute, couple of seconds, 2, 3, 4 seconds, then will slowly fade black, and then the TV would not come on no matter what you try. It may not come on in two different ways that are very easy to mix, so I will not be trying to differentiate and say how do you know which is which. When you try to power it on with a remote or with a button, it may come up full brightness again for a second and then slowly go down, but the screen never lights up. And if that takes some more time, and especially if it continues to blink afterwards, but not necessarily always, I don't know when and how, the problem is in the power board. Now, when the power board is bad, the good news is you can usually visually see it. There are 4 capacitors here. They're the same on the bigger board for the 7-inch TV, and those are the original ones that were here. If you look closely at them, you will find out that they're bulged on top. They're oftentimes, you can see the cross, and sometimes there will be some spill going out. There are 4 of them. This one just broke. So you can see them bulging at the top. And if you see those 4 bulging, you know that they have to be replaced. There are repair kits that I see for sale on eBay that has other capacitors here. Some have the voltage regulator IC. All this is junk. I have never ever had to replace anything else other than those 4. The repair kit for those boards should be just those 4 capacitors. I'm sure that once in a blue moon something else may be bad, but I have never ever, neither in the 60-inch nor in the 70-inch, have seen anything else that needs to be replaced. I have seen boards sent to here, usually messed up by users who replace everything that is in a repair kit from Shop Jimmy or somewhere else, and they mess up something along the way, or the problem just happens to be in the main board and they decide that their power board is bad, so they send it in for repair. But the single most common repair for the power board is in those 4, or in the 7-inch, they're slightly lower. But same group of 4, and the easiest way to tell is if they're bulging. If they're not bulging, they don't need to be replaced. The reason is there are different capacitors used in different batches produced by the manufacturer, and some of them are decent quality and others are not. They all are undersized. They are rated at 25 volts. If they were rated 35 volts, and there's absolutely nothing wrong replacing them with a 35 volt capacitors. Those are 1000 at 25. Yeah, you can't see very well the voltage rating, but it is 25 volts. If you replace them with 35, you can't go wrong. It's going to be totally fine and even better. But 25 is also good, especially if you put brand new ones. They're going to last for years. The other type of failure on this board that could happen on any power supply board is if a power surge comes and hits that. This is more of an exception than a rule. I've seen such failures, but they're an exception. The number one is those. And if you see them bulging, just go ahead and replace them. You can't go wrong. The other problem is in the main board. It's not so easy to fix. It requires reflow or replacement of the main processor. That, to be done properly, that does require a good reflow machine and experience. People advising to do that in your cooking oven. It is the difference between making your car or any machine work with hits on it than actually fixing it. It may get you working and walking, but it's not gonna really get you long-term proper solution. Anyhow, this is a functionality proof video, so what I need to show that customers that their board works. So power on, the LED came up for a moment, and the backlight comes up, and there it just came, and I am trying to throw something like a Vizio signal. There it is. Come on, you can't show. Focus, please. Yes, I can see why this doesn't focus. I need to raise it up, I guess. I'm sorry about that. Let's turn it off. From here, having a sound would have been the best, but even this will do. There is the Vizio sign. I don't know, it's so the phone doesn't want to focus properly. So I'm going to make a separate video after connecting something that is a better source. Apparently I don't know how to handle my phone properly so that it makes a better quality video. I wonder if I can hit the menu and show it up. No, because the menu shows right in the middle. So I will make a separate video of that, but let's say this was repaired properly. In this case, we actually both replaced the capacitors and we did reflow on the main board. So that is all that was needed. One of those two things was not necessary, but we nevertheless did it. So good for you.